Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on goods and service tax filing. Today we are going to see what are the final steps before submission and the final submission of the GSTR-1 return. So in this session, we are going to have a quick recap of GSTR-1 return. Then we will see the pre-filing checklist that needs to be verified before submitting the return. Then we will see how the final submission process is carried out, that is portal navigation, then summary generation, then preview and submission. How to finally upload the JSON, that will be through a EVC or a digital signature certificate, and what are the post filing steps that are required to be taken after finally submitting the GSTR-1 return. So before we proceed with today's session, let us quickly see what we did in our previous session. So in our previous session, we learned about the uploading and data validation on the GST portal. We learned how the final output file, that is a JSON file, is to be created and uploaded on the GSTR portal and how it is validated. Then with a live example, we also learned about the uploading status, that is once the JSON file is uploaded, the status is updated to either validated or processed with error. Then we also learned about the direct entry on the GSTR-1 portal, that is how entries are made on the GSTR portal without using a third-party software or without generating the JSON using offline utility. So let us proceed with today's topic, that is the final steps and the final submission of GSTR-1 return. So let us quickly recap what is GSTR-1. So a person registered under the GST as a regular taxpayer or as a casual taxable person are required to file GSTR-1 return furnishing the details of their outward supplies during the reporting period. So the frequency of GSTR-1 can be either monthly or quarterly depending on the turnover of the taxpayer in the preceding financial year. That is, if the turnover in the preceding financial year has exceeded rupees 5 crores, then the frequency will be monthly, or where the turnover has not exceeded rupees 5 crores, then the frequency will be quarterly. But the taxpayer has the option to opt for monthly return even where his turnover has not exceeded rupees 5 crores. So the filers are regular taxpayers and the casual taxable persons. Then the GSTR-1 contains the invoice level, HSN wise and summary of sales data. So pre-filing of GSTR-1 return checklist. So before the final submission of GSTR-1 return, the taxpayer must ensure that all data uploaded under the different tables have been validated and verified by the taxpayer. Then any errors that have occurred in the GSTR-1 portal after uploading the data has been correctly rectified and the books have been reconciled with the GSTR-1 filled up data. And once we have generated the summary of the GSTR-1 return, it must be verified with the books of accounts, that is the sales ledger, purchase ledger and other expense ledgers, so that the total GST applicable during the month as per the books and as per the returns are in sync with each other. So how to finally submit the GSTR-1 return? So we have to navigate to the GST portal, that is www.gst.gov.in. Then we have to log into our account using our credentials. We have to go to the return dashboard and we have to select the period of filing, that is financial year and the month. Then we have to either choose prepare online or prepare offline, that we have already discussed in our previous session. Then verification of data of each section. So the taxpayer must ensure that the data that has been filled up in different tables of GSTR-1 are validated. So for example, B2B segment contains data related to supplies made to registered person. So the GSTIN of each supplier must be verified and validated before the final upload. Then in B2C data, that is large invoices and B2C other invoices data, the rates and the place of supply must be verified. Then in case of exports, the shipping bill number, port code, shipping bill date, etc. must be verified with the physical documents. Any credit note or debit notes issued during the period must be verified with the books and reconciled with the books. Then HSN and document summary is a mandatory field that is required to be filled up, must be verified with the books of accounts. And finally, once all the tables are filled up, a view summary option is there to recheck if all the tables that have been filled up have been captured with the correct data. So once generate summary option has been clicked upon, the view summary option will start appearing in the GSTR-1 return. Once we click on the generate summary option, we have to wait for some time for the summary generation. Once the summary is generated, we need to refresh the page and we can find the preview GSTR-1 return option gets enabled at the bottom of the GSTR-1 return. From there, we can download the summary and we can cross-check all the data from the books of accounts. So next, we have to click the submit option. Then data gets logged and status changes to submitted. That is, on the home page where there are options of different GST returns like GSTR-1, GSTR-2, GSTR-3B, we can find the status of GSTR-1 return changes to submitted. Then we have to finally file the GSTR-1 return using the digital signature certificate or the OTP to be sent on the registered email ID and the phone number. So to finally submit the return, we need to click on file return option. Then we have to choose the option either EBC or DSC and finally submit the GST return and the ARN will be generated. So once the return has been finally submitted, we have to see if the ARN has been generated or not. The ARN message will be received on the mail and the registered phone number. Then the status of the return will be again changed from submitted to filed. We have to then finally reconcile the books and the returns at the end of the period, and on the basis of this GSTR-1 return, GSTR-3B return gets auto-populated on the GST portal. So what are the common mistakes? No preview, wrong data. So many times taxpayer does not review the data that has been filled up in the GSTR-1 return and uploads the wrong data without previewing the generated summary. Then wrong period, invoice error. So period of return and the invoices which are getting uploaded must be in sync with each other. Skipping DSC or EBC not filed. Many times due to unawareness or incomplete knowledge about the GST portal, the taxpayer only submits the return and the status of the return keeps showing as submitted and does not finally file it using the EBC or digital signature certificate. Then duplicate records. Many times duplicate invoices or duplicate HSN of the same product are filled up in the GSTR-1 return, due to which errors appears. So this is how the GSTR-1 return is finally prepared and submitted on the GST portal. So that was it for this session. We will quickly see how these things are done on the GST portal with a live example. So to understand the final steps and the submission process, let us do some stuff that we have already done in our previous session. So first we have to log into our account. Once we have logged in, we will go to the return dashboard. We will select the period June and we will prepare offline. So this has been processed, but since we have remove this data, so we have to again select the file. Here it has been processed. I will go back. Again we have to select the period, then we'll go to GSTR-1. So here, so before the final upload of the JSON file, we have to check the details as captured in each and every field. So this is the B2B details. So we will have to open it and we will check the details like the invoice number, invoice date, total invoice value, taxable value, and all the fields. Similarly, we will also verify the GSTIN of the customer. Similarly, we don't have any B2C large invoice transactions. We don't have any export transactions. We do have one B2C transaction. Then no related or exempt supplies, credit notes, debit notes. All the tables that apply to us must be properly filled up and verified before the final submission. Then we have this HSN-wise summary. We must verify this. Here, this is the B2C supplies HSN summary, and this is the B2C supplies HSN summary. So once all the data have been filled up properly and verified, then we have to generate the summary. Here is the generate summary option. We will click on this generate summary. Generate summary request has been received. Please check the status in some time by clicking on refresh to view consolidated summary and file GSTR-1. So we will click on the refresh button, and here proceed to file or download details from e-invoices. If e-invoicing applies to us, then automatically the data will get downloaded from the e-invoicing portal. So proceed to file. Here's the summary. This is the summary, and we can download the summary and have a review of this summary. So the same review data will be downloaded from the portal in PDF format. So these are the tables we have filled in, like 4A is for outward supplies made to registered person. Then we haven't filled these fields. Then this is the B2C supplies. So once we download this summary, it will get downloaded. Okay, so the file downloaded will be like this. So this is the draft GSTR-1 return. Here we can see the financial year 25-26, tax period June. This is the details of the taxpayer, and here we have each and every table, like outward supplies made to registered person, then outward supplies made to registered person attracting tax on reverse charge, and so on. This is the B2C invoice details. Then this is the nil related exempt supplies details. This is the HSN-wise summary. Here we have filled up, and document issued summary. So this total amount must match with your books. So the total taxable value and tax amount must match with your books. Coming back to the portal. So since the month has not been concluded, so we won't be able to file the return, but I will show you how the dashboard appears once the return is filed. Here, this is the return dashboard. Here the details of outward supplies of goods or services, that is GSTR-1. The status is filed. We have already filed the return for the month of May. Similarly, if we have submitted the return for the month of June but not filed it yet with the OTP or DSC, the status will be submitted. Here it will be written submitted. So this is how the GSTR-1 return is finally uploaded and filed on the GST portal. So that was it for today's session. Thank you.